Hey guys, hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. इस वीडियो में we are going to talk about something which a lot of guys try to really run away from, and something which is considered very bad in the community in general, and when it comes to women and dating it's considered very creepy and bad, right? So we are going to talk about desperation, right? What is desperation and what do we really consider desperate, right? So guys, सबसे पहले तो let's talk about what is desperation. Desperation is something when a person is ready to go to any lengths to achieve a particular outcome, right? And basically nothing else matters for the person, and it's just the outcome that matters. That is basically, I would say, what in a general gist desperation would be. Surprisingly now, people see it in a very bad light, and I personally do not see it in bad light. You'll understand my perspective eventually. First of all, let's talk why is it bad to be desperate, right? स्पेशली डेस्परेशन को ना बहुत बुरा कंसिडर किया जाता है इन द डेटिंग एस्पेक्ट्स, राइट? आई वुड से इट्स नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज बैड इफ इट कम्स टू समथिंग एल्स. एज एन एग्जांपल, इट इज डेस्परेशन फॉर अ हंग्री पर्सन टू जस्ट steal something and eat food, right? Because what will it really do, right? It is considered desperate for a person to basically do some very menial job to get money because he was very poor, he was hungry or something like that, right? In the dating aspects, it's considered super bad. In any case, right, if a person is super desperate, they would be like, bhai, you have to do anything to just get the result. You have to just do anything to get things going, right? If for a poor person, they will be like, bro, stop putting it's such a big ego and everything. And it is actually appreciated if people take desperate measures to make things work. Somehow, as soon as it comes to dating, desperation is seen very badly. If you really look at it, yaar, how is it bad? Why is it bad? I really want your perspective. Just think about it for a second. Why is desperation bad in dating? I think because it appears super unattractive to women, right? But what if desperation was considered attractive? It's a new perspective, right? You realize if it was considered attractive by women, all of a sudden desperation wouldn't be considered so bad. So, in other words, are we just making a decision of desperation being bad, especially in terms of dating, just because women don't like it? I think so. And why not? Because if we are working on dating and women don't like desperation, then why should someone be desperate? But I need to tell you one thing, bro. Recently, and like always, obviously, when clients come on a call with me, potential leads come to a call with me, it so happens that they tell me that they are not so desperate now. They were very desperate earlier, and now they're not so desperate. I was like, why are you not desperate anymore? They're like, I've grown up. How has desperation got anything to do with growing up? Because desperation simply means that you are ready to do anything to achieve the result. That is basically the essence of masculinity, right? Being willing to do what it takes rather than being willing to do what you want to do, right? But because desperation is seen in such a bad light, most of the guys, they just focus more on whether I'll appear desperate or not rather than doing what's required. I don't mean to say that you should be desperate in front of girls. I'm just saying you should be desperate for the solution. You should be desperate for the solution. You should desperately find what is the solution that I'm missing. What is it that I'm missing? What is it that will help me improve my dating life? Rather, men just chase women in desperation. Nahin. Your desperation should be to fix your dating life, not to get that one girl. And I see so many times that guys see desperation as a bad thing. You know what? Having been in dating for so long, having done a lot of things in life, having achieved a lot of success in many areas, not just dating, I can tell you one thing, bro. I have respect for a person who's desperate to make things work. Because desperation means commitment. Desperation means that the person really is serious about what he's talking about. The problem is when it comes to a particular girl and not learning and growing as an individual on an overall. And mostly guys just prefer being desperate in front of one girl than to be desperate for a solution. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Being desperate for a girl means please talk to me, please, just trying to send gifts to a girl, this and that. This is being desperate to a girl. What I mean to say, what I prefer is being desperate for a solution. Why is it that I'm not getting any girls? Why is it that no girl is finding me attractive? Why is it that every girl is friend zoning me? Why is it that no girl wants to talk to me? Why is it that every girl feels unsafe with me? You should be desperate to find a solution to a problem rather than finding a solution to a person. And that is something far deeper into our core, which is just, you can say, It is just an a version from achieving success at any cost. People see failure very badly. And especially, I fucking hate those guys who just make fun of other people to feel a little better about themselves because they never wish to work on that problem. So tell me this, bro. If you are not rich, you can have two options. You can never try or you can try and fail. What would you choose? Some people will be like, oh, I would try and fail. Yes, but that's what you're saying. What would you actually do? Because surprisingly, most of the people do the second. I would never try because come on, I'm poor. If I try, I'm still poor and I'm looking stupid. Because your focus is on not looking stupid. Your focus is not on getting rich. Similarly, your focus is too much on not appearing desperate, not accepting that you're desperate and trying to get or win that one person rather than addressing and really facing the problem that you have in front of you. Right? You are too much focused on how you look, how you appear, than focusing on the problem at hand, solving the problem at hand, the solution at hand. Right? And people look down on the people who are actually desperate for a solution. Right? First of all, if some people make fun of you for being desperate for a solution, not for a person, for a solution, those people are bad because they definitely don't want help, right? They don't want to help you and they just want to make fun of you. I would suggest you to highly stay away from that. I'll highly suggest you basically to stay away from such people. Never be around such people because those are just bad people who will influence you and make you feel bad for who you are and what you want to achieve in life. Right? On a just being, bro, you should be desperately trying for the things that you want to fix. Don't be desperate for a person though, obviously, but be very desperate to solve the problems at hand. If you want to achieve something, you should really put your work into it and you should be ready to do anything for it. And that's what I mean to say. So for people who are actually having a bad time in their relationship or just not good at dating in general and want to fix their dating life, there is absolutely no point to not work on it. Work on it. Make it happen, get some results going. Even if you don't get results, at least try all the things. Be very desperate to find a solution rather than focusing on how to not appear desperate. I hope it made sense. See you on the next one. That was crazy, right? But do you know what's crazier? Click this playlist right here and you will see in real life hidden camera footage of me approaching and attracting beautiful women in no time. I'll also be breaking down what I said to them, how I got them attracted in minute details. So don't delay guys, click the playlist right now and I'll see you on the other side.